Imagine dialing 911 and hearing your own voice echo back from inside your house. That's exactly what happened on a cold November night in 2015, when a terrified mother in Westfield, Indiana, called for help, only to discover the line was already connected to the very room she was fleeing. The dispatcher, Karen Mitchell, answered the call at 2:17 a.m. The voice on the other end was a whisper, trembling with panic. I think someone's in the house," the woman said, her breath ragged. "Please, you have to send someone now." The words were barely audible over the sound of a child sobbing, a low whimper that seemed to come from a hallway just beyond the kitchen. Police records show the caller identified herself as Emily Harper, a 32-year-old mother of two. She lived alone with her 6-year-old son, Jacob, in a modest ranch-style home on Maple Street. Earlier that evening, neighbors reported hearing a car pull into the driveway, its engine idling for several minutes before the vehicle disappeared into the darkness. The next morning, the house would be a crime scene. Karen tried to keep Emily on the line, asking simple questions to buy time. "Emily, can you tell me where you are?" The response was a strangled gasp. "In the kitchen, though the door is locked. He's upstairs." As the dispatcher spoke, a faint, metallic clink reverberated through the line, something hard being dragged across a floor. Then, a sudden high-pitched scream cut through the silence, followed by a chilling whisper, Don't let him." Within minutes, Westfield police units surged to the address. Officers Miller and Torres arrived at 2:22, flashlights cutting through the night's black veil. The front door was ajar, a thin sliver of darkness spilling onto the porch. Inside, the house was a tableau of chaos. Furniture overturned, a shattered picture frame strewn across the hallway, and a crimson stain spreading across the hardwood floor like a dark river in the kitchen. The 911 line was still plugged into a corded phone, its receiver still warm. The call log showed the line remained active for over 30 seconds after Emily's last words. The dispatcher's voice, recorded on the police's audio system, could be heard echoing faintly in the background. "Emily, stay on the line." As if the line itself were a ghostly witness, the officers followed the blood trail to the upstairs bedroom. There they found Jacob Harper curled on the floor, his small body trembling, eyes wide with terror. He clutched a broken toy car, his fingers stained with his own blood. Emily lay on the bed, her throat slit, a single clean cut that suggested a swift, deliberate strike. Beside her, a kitchen knife lay on the floor, its blade still slick with dark fluid. The investigation quickly zeroed in on a suspect, a man known to Emily as Mike, a former boyfriend who had a restraining order filed against him just weeks earlier. Police records indicated that Mike had been seen in the area the night of the call, his car matching the description given by the neighbor. Yet, despite a citywide manhunt, Mike vanished without a trace. His last known location was a motel on the outskirts of Indianapolis, where a room had been booked under an alias. John D. What makes this case unnerving isn't just the brutal murder. It's the eerie way the 911 call itself became a silent witness. For years, emergency dispatchers have been trained to listen for background sounds, to piece together a crime from the noise between words. In Emily's call, the sobbing child, the metallic clink, the sudden scream. Each fragment painted a picture of a horror unfolding in real time. The line never went dead, as if the house itself refused to surrender its secrets. Detectives later analyzed the audio with forensic software, isolating a faint, rhythmic thump that occurred after the scream. The pattern matched the sound of a heavy object being dragged across a wooden floor, likely a piece of furniture being moved to conceal evidence. The final 15 seconds of the call captured a low, guttural laugh, barely audible, that sent chills down the spine of every officer who heard it. The voice could not be identified, but its presence suggested the killer was still in the house, watching, perhaps even listening to the dispatcher's frantic pleas. The case went cold in early 2016. No arrests were made, and the Mike, who may have killed Emily and Jacob, remains at large. The 911 recording, however, has become a haunting artifact, studied in criminology courses and shared among true crime enthusiasts. It serves as a stark reminder that the line you call in desperation can become a conduit for terror. Take a moment and think about the safety of your own home. How many of us assume that the simple act of picking up a phone will bring help? In Emily's story, help was already on the other end. Yet it arrived too late, its voice caught in a loop of horror that never quite ends. So, the next time you hear a faint noise in the night, a creak, a whisper, a distant sob, ask yourself, what would you do if the line you dialed was already listening from inside? The answer may be more terrifying than the call itself.